Okay, he's actually swimming pretty well. Definitely need to tighten up the 2B kick. And patient lead hand is a little less. And kind of work on that.
A couple more, yeah, thanks. Okay, let me get my stuff on. You're actually pretty good. And how long have you been working with these DVDs?
Oh, 3 years, 2 years.
Good, good.
Yeah, I don't look at them all that much.
Uh-huh.
Periodically, I'll look at them and test them.
And how long do you, how often do you drill?
I mainly once a week.
Yeah.
And then the others I'll do repeat 100 one day, then another day I'll just do swim a straight 3,500. I usually, when I first warm up, I do a few drills.
Okay.
It's Mondays is I do body drills.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. I think generally it looks pretty good. There's some things that I think your style of swimming, it lends itself more to like sprinting, because you have less of a patient lead hand. And when you swim with faster tempos, then the lead hand tends to, well, you can still practice to have a patient lead hand, but oftentimes it gets cut short. And when people sprint like 50 or 100 or like that, then you'll find oftentimes that they're doing this pinwheel thing, which is, one hand is like here, right? It's 180 degrees opposite of each other, right? Like this. So but I talk about a patient lead hand is extending your body line, because you're pretty tall, which is good, and you can actually get pretty fast even when your hands are like this at 180 degrees from each other. Okay? But for a short guy like me, like as soon as I start doing this, I just start like dragging like crazy. Yeah. So let's see. Let's do some basic stuff. This is stuff that's not on the DVD. And this might be things you might want to think about, because I think that some of the things that are not so evident when you swim fast, like
I'm not dealing with those. Okay.
Good, but it's they have to do with like balance. So what we like to do is we like to teach balance first and streamline, okay, and then propulsion after that.
Okay.
Because once you take these two, then this becomes very easy.
Okay.
But a lot of people go straight to here and start.
Yeah.
And then they're dragging their butt and all sorts of things, and that's bad. Okay. Okay. So the first thing let's do is here. Why don't we switch off holding the camera, so then you can get my voice as I'm doing this, and you might even video me doing it, some kind of like technique to demonstrate.
Okay.
And then we have it all on video for you.
Nice.
Okay. So the first thing I want to do is let's try.
How do I do this?
Oh, it's already recording right
okay.
now. Yeah. Just make sure don't press any buttons, and make sure the red light's blinking.
Okay.
The first thing is a Superman glide, which I think is on the DVD, right?
Yeah.
So, right, push off, stand in the pool, push off, and then launch into both arms extended in front of you, and stay relaxed. Okay, let's see how you do with that. Very good. Very good. Awesome. That's really good. Notice that you can keep your arms extended, but you weren't tense. Most people we meet are like,
okay. Yeah.
and your fingers are very relaxed. Okay. So that's it. Perfect. Okay, so now let's do Superman glide into skate.
Okay.
And so, I'll show you what that is. So that's just launching the Superman glide and then pull one side back.
Yeah.
Okay. The idea is to just glide on one side, slightly angled. We used to say go all the way up to 90, but we don't say that anymore. Actually, that's not too good because people tend to sink when you get to 90.
Okay.
But instead, come to about anywhere from like 10 to 45 degrees, and that's all you need. Yeah, let's go that way. I just want to get ahead of you so I can get a good video. Okay, good. In today's skate, we tried to, in the beginning when we were practicing balance, we say don't bother kicking.
Okay.
Yeah, in the early days, we used to say, well, let's kick across the pool, in that position, which you can still practice. But for this, we find that if people are more calmer without worrying about that, then you can actually focus on the balance aspect of the practice.
Okay.
Okay. So try that again. Try it without kicking, and if it's okay if you go there and then you start drifting like that, that's fine. Just let your legs, just drop.
I lost balance.
Yeah, you see how that is?
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Same side. As you lose velocity, it's okay to kind of come back to flat.
Oh, okay.
But try to hold that angle as long as possible.
Okay.
Okay? Whatever that angle is. Okay, so it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now try it with slightly deeper spear.
Oh.
See if that helps.
Okay.
And also watch out, don't let that drift into beyond your shoulders, right? You want to always keep the arms when we're spearing outside of our shoulder line. So it's like there's two lines going through our shoulders.
Okay.
You want to always spear outside of them.
Okay.
Just slightly out. Never cross over. If you cross over, you start turning. Okay?
Okay.
Try again. I think you're getting it.
Better,
You get it?
yeah.
Let's try it this time, but less turning. You're going a little bit too far.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Try it a little bit less. It's good. Try one more time. Hey, I think you're better on that side.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, let's turn around and do the same. I was just going to say to switch sides, so do that side. Good. Good.
Yeah.
So one more time, but you don't have to rush it. Start off into a Superman glide, get the Superman glide going, like ease into it, and then pull one arm back as you're turning the body and spearing. Okay? Good, good, okay. Okay, so now let's work on the recovery part of that. So from there, what we can do is, I think Swing Switch was in the DVDs. Do you remember that one?
I remember the name. I know.
Yeah. So here. Take that. So Swing Switch had a lot to do with the arm coming around, right?
Okay, yeah.
And probably the DVD said something about, let's do this, swim like this, and then raise it up, swim at the kind of mid forearm, swim at the wrist, right? Swim with the hand, swim dragging fingertips, right? Okay. So the key point here is that as we're swinging the arm around, it always should be internally rotating. A lot of people go like this, right? Or they kind of go like this as they come around, and that'll trash your shoulder. So what we found is the arm should come widely around, elbow led, right? This is kind of hanging loose below it, right? Until we come forward, until it's about 90 degrees, and then you can spear and drop it in the water. Okay? Watch your fingers in the. There you go. So on the other side, you can rehearse, right? Oftentimes I used to stand in front of a computer, get out of the computer and just go like this. This is a very unfamiliar motion. I was like doing all sorts of whatever. Okay? So let's rehearse. So one hand forward. Good. And then just pretend you're recovering out of the water and swing that elbow around. Good. Now the final position, good. Keep your just head down just a tiny bit. Yeah, now bring it on around. So as you're coming around, right now you can have like this 90-degree shape, spear shape into the water, right? There you go. Let's try it the other arm. All right, a couple times. Okay. Okay, now let's come to the forward position and pause. Good. Okay, let's work it into Superman glide to skate. And while you're gliding like that, then bring that arm around and just glide like this, right before you're ready to spear. Okay, let's give that a shot. Good, you have a lot of good control. Let's do that again. Okay, let's do the other side. We don't need to spend time on this, I don't think, too much. Good, 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 good. Okay, another thing I don't know if you noticed was that a lot of times to tip our bodies forward, we talk about pressing the chest and all this stuff, and a lot of times we don't know what that means, right? But one thing that we've discovered is also the faster you can get this arm forward, that brings more weight, the weight of your arm, ahead of that center of gravity, and it helps tip you forward and keeps your hips up. Okay, all right. So that's the other reason why we want to get this thing over to here as fast as possible. Okay. Okay, let's turn around. Okay, so now Terry does talk about in the DVDs about using gravity whenever possible. So let's do Superman glide to skate, get that swing recovery coming around, and then see if you can feel it dropping into the water with gravity. Okay, and then spear the other side, and then glide, and then stand up. Just one switch, we call it. Okay. Good.
I like that.
Yeah, actually, do a couple more, but don't pause.
Don't pause.
Yeah, just bring it up here. You can go slow, but then just drop it in the water like that. Yeah. Good. Okay, try another one, but less force. I see you. You're actually like doing that. What can happen when you force it in is that you lose connection with the body. We're going to get into 2B kick and body driven, a little bit of the body driving in the swimming, because I think you're ready for that. You actually look pretty good out there. But I want to go through basics first. So for this one, just let it just drop in. Try that. We're just practicing now, so don't worry about the power aspect of it. There you go. How'd that feel?
That's a better.
Yeah? Okay.
Way different.
One more.
Like that.
Yeah, so that's the secret to a lot of Shinji's stuff is he's not, right?
Yeah.
He just
Oh.
like that, and the gravity of the arm dropping and the rotation of the body, you know, following that, is the initial oomph of the spear.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So now let's see. Your kick seems a little bit disconnected with the body. So let's work on the 2B kick. You're not 6B kicking, are you? Or
2B.
you're trying to do 2B? Okay. So let's launch off into. Let's go that way. Launch off into Superman glide, but with your arms at the side.
Okay.
And what I want you to feel is, I want you to gently kick each leg, you know, one by one.
Okay.
And when you kick the left leg, I want you to feel the driving of the right side down, just slightly. When you kick the right side, you drive the left side down.
Okay.
I hope I can do this in video. I haven't done it so well. Okay?
Okay.
And so that's the essence of the 2B kick, is that the one leg drives the opposite side spear, right? There's an energy transfer that's an X that crosses from your foot across your torso out the spear. Okay? So let's get a sense for that with Superman glide with arms to the side,
Okay.
and gently kick one leg at a time and feel it pushing your body to the other side. Okay?
I start out going like this and then bring back to Superman.
No,
just
you can, but
Let's start Superman.
or you can just start it with the arms to the side.
That's hard.
Yeah, what's hard about it? What do you feel hard?
I don't know, just driving the hips down. I guess I haven't been using my hips probably as much. But, you know, just driving the hips.
Yeah, it feels weird, right?
Balance.
Yeah, let's try it again. This time when you try it, the kick is try to relax, balance in the water, and when you kick, what you want to do is just let the knee of the kicking leg relax and just drop down a little bit, and then a gentle snap, and it floats back up alongside the other leg when it's done.
Okay.
Try not to use your thigh or your psoas, your hip flexors. Don't need to do any of that stuff. Yeah, it's just starting straight, then release the knee, and just a small snap at the end. Okay?
Okay.
Try that. Okay, the legs are still a little bit stiff, and scissoring probably has it down.
Totally different than anything I've tried before.
Okay, here, let's turn around. Okay, so your legs are very stiff. Okay, try to in all swimming, like, use the minimal amount of energy to maintain your body shape. Okay, that'll give you a lot more endurance. So with the legs, what you want to do is you want to keep them hanging behind you, but not stiff, right? And you don't want to kick like straight leg. Just relax, relax the knee slightly, and then boom, like that. Boom. Okay, try that. Your left leg is actually better than your right leg. Try it again. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to do it with your arms to your side. It's a little bit weird if you don't practice like gliding with your arms at the side. So let's try it with the regular Superman glide, same exercise. That may give you a little bit better balance because I think you're also maybe feeling uncomfortable because your hips are dropping. Okay, let's regular Superman glide and then same kick, back and forth. John. Oh, both arms in front of you.
Oh, both arms.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see you do it again. We'll get that on video at least. So you see
Yeah, absolutely.
what I'm trying to do.
Wow.
Okay.
So the next thing let's try is I want you to focus on pausing a little bit more between the kicks, okay? And during that pause, I want you to make sure your legs are streaming behind you,
Okay.
okay? One way I sometimes do it is I feel like this part of my foot touching the other part of the other foot's, the same part, and just make sure they're kind of brushing against each other, because when they're together, I know they're behind me and not like flailing, you know? Okay? Now, so between the kicks, get them back to here, and then release the knee of the kicking leg, and then just a gentle snap.
Okay.
And feel the push of the energy of rotating your opposite side down.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, a little better. It is our natural inclination, I think, to kick both legs. And I think you're doing a lot of that, so don't worry about that. I did it for a long time. I think everybody kind of goes through that process. Let's try, let's see. Okay, so when we did the Superman glide to skate, what I want you to do is Superman to guide to skate, and then when the arm comes around to spear, I want you to kick. If it's the right arm spearing, I want you to prepare to kick the opposite leg as you spear. Okay, and then glide. And make sure when you're gliding, both legs, come back to streaming behind you. Okay. So do you want to?
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So remember it's Superman glide to skate, recover. Now here I'm preparing. When I get to here, my left leg, because my right arm is spearing, is going to release the knee a little bit. And as I go like this, I'm going to kick.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So try that with the right, pulling the right side back, recover, and then left leg kicks, right arm spear. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that that worked good. You did good.
Really?
Yeah, that was good. Let's do one more and then we'll switch. Good. Okay, so let's do the left side and see how that goes. Wait, I think you kicked the wrong leg there.
I think that's what I was thinking about that. So
Yeah.
on this side, I should be kicking the right. Wait,
Left. That side you should be kicking the left leg.
the opposite way. Okay.
Yeah, always the opposite leg.
Opposite way. Okay.
Good. Okay, try the other side now. I think you're scissor kicking a little bit. Do you feel like
I
both
felt
legs?
that on the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it will take some time because there's two issues usually that why people are scissor kicking. One is balance issue, like you feel uncomfortable, so both legs have to kind of go. And then the other issue is it's a neurological one. We're so used to kind of doing this rather than one leg kind of hanging out behind and only moving one leg. It's kind of hard to do. Okay. Okay, so now let's do two switches. So pull one arm back. Remember, think about opposite leg, that one.
Okay.
Then bring this hand back forward, and then do the other leg.
Okay.
Okay? Let's try that. Just two. That looks pretty good. I think you kicked the wrong leg on the first one, but the second one was really good.
Okay.
So that's okay. Focus on, remember, just pause in between, be patient, pick the right, at the correct leg and the correct arm to spear,
Yeah. Okay.
and do two, two again. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too bad. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do three now. Okay? I think you're getting it. That was good. That was really good. Okay, let's do three again. One other thing you can try in the beginning, sometimes it's very helpful for people starting out to cock the leg.
Oh.
It's like, okay, this is the leg I'm going to kick, versus like trying to do this little thing. But eventually you want to make it very compact and very small. So if you want to overemphasize it in the beginning, just so you can burn in on moving this leg and steering that arm, you can do that. So you can think about that. Very good. Very good. Okay. So let's try, let's start from this side. Let's try to swim a whole length doing that action, right? Left leg, right spear, right leg, left spear. Okay? Very good. How's it feel?
It felt very good.
Okay.
Much different. Better.
So let's try working on a little bit of the energy transfer aspect.
Okay.
So,
Can you hold it?
oh yeah, sure. So now what I want you to do is, we're going to work on another aspect of total immersion, which is we like to swim with what we call focal points. I don't know if that's discussed in the DVDs or not, I can't remember. But that's when you swim and you basically just think of one thing to do, which is like what I gave you. I said, kick one leg, this kind of thing. So this time what I want you to do is focus on the hip aspect of it. So when I kick, I want to feel the energy transfer only at the hips, right? So, and that's what they call the hip drive when you're swimming, right? So let's see if I can do this.
Wow, nice.
Okay? So feel the hips moving it in, but also connected with the foot kicking. Right, so when the kick, that'll drive the hip and feel it in the hips.
Okay.
Okay? Just swim a couple down that way. How's that feel?
Oh, good. I like that.
Okay, let's do the same thing. One thing, I'm going to try to correct one thing in the middle of all this. Your hips are dropping a little bit.
Oh.
I think it's because you're spearing relatively horizontal. Okay, so try to move that arm down just a little bit, maybe 4 inches. Okay, try not to go straight out. We'll eventually bring it back there. This is fast swimming, but let's correct your balance first. And once you figure out what it is you have to do in your body to keep your hips up, then this can kind of come back up again. Okay? Let's see if we can get your hips up first by steering a little bit lower. Okay, and just and the hip drive kick thing, okay? So in the beginning, I think you were spearing deeper because your hips were actually high.
Oh.
And I think then you went back to spearing.
Okay.
Yeah, and then your hips started dropping again. I don't know if you noticed that. You probably didn't. Yeah. So for this one, don't need to swim with such fast frequency, tempo.
Okay.
Pick a spot, right, in the water. That's your target. That's talked about in DVD, right? And try to hit that spot at that angle every time.
Okay.
And make it deeper than where you were before.
Okay.
Okay, so it turns out that your right side is actually spearing deeper, and when you do that, your hips are actually pretty close to the surface. Your left side is going horizontal, and your hips are dropping.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this time, try to make both of them equal, okay? And deeper. Okay, and when you do it, you don't have to spear so fast because that may mean that you're still, you still have the same reactions as you did before, which is putting it out in a certain place. So focus on that. Let's see, it was I think it was the left arm needs to go deeper. Okay? Okay, better? Let's play with this. Let's try one time around, but spear really deep, like ridiculously deep. I want you to feel like where the angles are, okay? Because it actually turns out if you're doing open water swimming when there's a lot of rough water, we actually change where we spear for more balance. Because when it's deeper, right, we may actually find that go a little wider, a little deeper, may give us better balance when the waves are hitting us, okay? So it's actually good to have an adjustable spear at times. So this time what I want you to do is spear 45 degrees down, even if it feels just the weirdest thing in the world. Let's try that. I love it. This pitch came right up. So magically, your hips came right up to the top of the water. You can believe it. Okay? So that's a good starting point. And something you might consider swimming with is playing with that and eventually bringing it back up. Okay, so let's see what we can do with balance and see if we can bring that up in one session, okay? So oftentimes we talk about pressing the chest. It's actually, he used to do it like pressing the armpit. Oh, sure. In the old days, I think we talked about pressing the armpit because we were so far on the side. Since we don't swim like that, actually we're pressing kind of point like on the pec, like right on the inside of the armpit, not here anymore. Okay? So what I want you to do this time is, as you're swimming, what I want you to do is feel like pressure pushing this down just a little bit every time. So as I spear, right, I want to feel that pressure right in that inside point. In, right, pressure again, right here, especially when after the spear. Okay, let's try that.
Still going down deep?
Yeah. Hard to maintain, I bet, right? Or how do you feel?
I don't know. It helped me stay wider, but I don't know how that was different. It's hard for me to feel whether I'm going down on the path. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to feel when you're spearing. Like you almost have to. It's like a postural thing. It's sort of like rotate. It's almost like presenting the chest like in the army, right? Like, you know, like that. Like rotating your rib cage up, you know, right? It's almost like that kind of feeling. Okay. So let's try that to see if you can actually swim with kind of getting the chest presented at the end there. Let's try that. So actually, naturally, your arms came up, which is fine, because you're doing like this. Right now, if you look at Ian Thorpe's video, there's one on YouTube, you can see that guy when he spears, his arm is like concave, like just doing this, and his fingers are floating like. It's amazing to see him do that because he goes like this, and he's like this, right? And his fingers are like maybe 2 inches from the surface of the water, and they never break. It's really amazing. You can tell he's just freaking pushing his chest down there to keep his hips up so high. Right? Okay. So what happened with you was you actually when you did this, your hips would come up every time.
Oh.
But in the middle, as you were switching, like it, transitioning, your hips are dropping. So now what I want you to do is, I want you to pretend you have a golf ball or a tennis ball or something, and you're pressing it here, and then when you switch, like you're transitioning from one side to the other, I want you to feel like I got to keep that ball on my chest or it's going to roll out from under it.
Okay.
And then to this side, right?
Oh, okay.
And then when I go from here, right, the ball is now here. Okay? So try that.
Okay.
Keep pressing that ball and moving it from side to side like this as you swim. Try that. Your hips were higher that time.
Okay.
Okay? Let's do it again. Pretty good, right?
Better. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, to maintain that, of course, takes practice. So
Yeah.
I would, do that a couple times with focal points. Let's see how much time. Okay. So now, let's do a focal point where it helps maintain your patient lead hand, right? So to keep your hand out there for as long as possible. Okay. So as I feel like you're good. Right. You're rushing the catch a little bit.
Okay.
So it's sort of kind of coming like this. It's starting to pull back a little bit before this hand gets in there. Okay? So your focal point will be, let's keep this hand out there for as long as possible, and then it goes.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Try that. Do that again coming back so it's hard to see you. Good, okay.
I felt a lot better.
So, the longer your vessel is, right, the more streamline you'll have, and the more you will maintain velocity during the glide phase, okay, without slowing down, okay? And that's for long distance swimming. It helps out, okay? So let's try it again, but keep it out there even longer. Have you ever done catch-up drill at all?
Yeah.
Okay, sort of like that,
Yeah.
but you don't want to cross over and touch like this, right?
Okay.
Your arms are actually out like this.
Okay.
So a little bit like catch-up drill, but keep that arm out there, hand out there, as even longer than you did. Try that. Okay, let's do that one more time back. Okay, good. We're at 45 minutes now.
Okay.
So I want to get out and then I can copy the video for you and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were doing an hour.
Huh?
I thought we were doing an hour.
It's 45 minutes in the water and then a few minutes before and after that.
Okay.
If I mean, we could do a few more minutes if you really wanted to.
Well,
but,
I'm not trying to cheat you out of time or anything.
but I'm also getting cold standing here.
Okay.
Because about 45 minutes is about my ability to like.
Okay.
I'm starting to chatter.
Okay.
But if you did want to do one more, let me see.
Is my head coming out balanced okay? I mean, is my head okay when I'm breathing? Or are we just not working on that yet?
Okay, let's do that for a second. Let me see you breathe. Are you right side breather?
Yeah, usually that's it.
Okay. Let me switch sides.
Okay.
Why don't you swim and I'll watch you breathe. Do you breathe every stroke or every third or every what?
I'm more comfortable every stroke.
Or every
I'm trying to work
second
on doing
stroke.
every third.
Okay, well why don't you just do it, every right side I guess it would be. Turns out your breathing looks pretty good.
Okay.
One thing you'll notice in the video, once you see it, you'll see an arc in front of your head. That's actually a bow wave that's formed by your head. And what that does is there's actually a wave such that there's a pocket of air, right, even below the normal surface of the water. Okay, as you're pushing the water ahead of you,
Yeah.
and that's the pocket where you can kind of keep your head low and sneak a breath. And if you're lifting your head, that means there's something not working out.
Yeah.
But actually, you're doing pretty good.
Okay.
So I wouldn't worry about that. But when you practice the other side, you may find like the awkwardness of it may mean that you're sucking water or something.
Let's do the other side, left side. Real quick.
Yeah, let's just breathe every left side.
Okay.
Okay? I think generally it's good. Let's try an experiment. Try putting your head just a little bit lower in the water, tiny bit.
On the left side. Either side.
It was more pronounced seeing it on the left side.
Okay.
So let's try it, breathing on the left side, but putting your head a little bit deeper, just a tiny bit deeper. So I don't know if you noticed, but just that little adjustment, your hips came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get you out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Did you want to do that one more time?
Oh,
or?
yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. So watch the head position when you swim, because that's also another reason why your hips might actually start dropping, is when you're a little bit too high,
Okay.
and then this starts moving down.
Okay.
Right? But as soon as I told you to put, maybe it was an inch or two, I don't know, your hips were right up at the top. And I don't know if you were feeling this
I
anymore.
wasn't thinking about it.
You weren't thinking about it, right? So that could be also the other reason is maybe you're a little bit too high in the head.
Okay.
And also that could be meaning that you're a little bit, there's a little bit of anxiety about taking a breath, so your head's trying to be a little bit higher.
Oh, okay.
But did you have trouble breathing?
No?
So you didn't have to do that, right?
No.
So keep it a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Don't watch out for driving your head into the water to keep your. A lot of people will when they when they're trying to keep their chest down, they'll actually do this
Oh,
to drive it, the forward part of their body down, and that's bad.
okay.
What you want to do, if anything, you want to do it with this part of your body, right? Like pressing your chest down, or presenting the chest like an army sergeant kind of thing. But not this, not.
Okay.
And then what happens is the water will start rushing over your head. You'll be dipping your head down like this.
Okay.
Yeah, and that produces more drag.
Okay, sure.
You want to cut the water like somewhere between here and here. That creates the bow wave that pushes the water in front of you. And then when that happens, there's a nice wave where I can just go.
Okay.
That breath. Yeah.
All right. Good. Okay.
Yeah. And now I better get out.
Yeah.
Because I'm fat right
Yeah. Yeah.